to TP back to. And it's not quite 12 sticks winter, but it's 10 sticks instead, because we do have a set of tangos on the 33 Lone Druid.
So weird, you know, seeing Lone Druid buying Ironwood branch on the back.
he likes them. So you know where to kind of run out to the. I think it's I always forget this one. Was it the Danube River or something? Something waltz over the Danube. Lovely little song.
This is the best song I ever, you know.
Disagree. Sorry, I think there's better classical.
Oh my god, I just dig my own grave. But anyway, yeah. Entity is going to try to. They have 2 wards on the river, so they are really trying to contest the runes. They're trying to steal runes. They're gonna get a ward, so that's a good sign for Entity.
I don't know what else they can get. Well, the ward's good enough, and they're pretty strong level 1 here. Stormstormer still in the vicinity, has Onslaught at the ready. See what they want to go. They have already Deadshot taken. There's going to be the Fear forcing Snaking a bit further away from the tower, but all that happens is a couple more right clicks. 3 runes then for Tundra, who are going to be able to adjust their positioning and still come out ahead.
Yeah, that's not very good for Entity there. They tried to go for a kill and then losing a rune. And they're already having a draft that needs to have a good start, you know, so that's a bit worrisome. So let's start with the lanes here. The lane that I feel like it's gonna be really crucial is actually the Primal Beast, you know, because when I look at the side lanes, I feel like it's pretty difficult for the Entity lineup to try and get an advantage out of those lanes. Because top lane, you have LC against the Nature's Prophet, which can kind of equalize the lane. Because normally LC, you should win your lane, but against the Nature's Prophet, I feel like the PA should be able to do fine in that lane. And bot lane, you're playing against Lone Druid as a slug, you know, that's not a very good lane, not a fun lane to play, you know.
I will say in this early levels, because of that change, right, now that Spirit Bear needs stats for damage, it's not just fixed to his level. He was down to like 22 damage after 6 Essence Shift stacks, so it wasn't really an effective last hitting unit.
Yeah, you're right, okay. Yeah, but I guess it should still be alright for him, you know, even though that's the case. I think he should still overall have a last hit advantage with with 2 right clicks to his last hit and deny creeps.
Again, I mean, I'm doubtful of the efficiency here. I mean, maybe it gets a little bit better with some more levels, but Watson has been having a wonderful time in this first couple of waves.
Looking at the CS, you're right. You know, Watson has 6-1 at the moment, and Lone Druid is 4-1.
I mean, I think the problem is it's so momentum based, you know, and the essence. First of all, you don't want to take more than 1 point in essence in this lane. I highly doubt. I think you just need Dark Pack to farm.
Points.
Oh God!
Do you consider getting 2 points in this lane?
I think it's so strictly. This is a really interesting phenomenon that I'd never considered, especially since now, of course, the Spirit Bear is a universal type. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be really interesting. We'll check back on it in a bit. Or maybe even now, because Watson is kind of being forced into a fight. I don't know if he really wants to take this. He's going to be rooted on down, blood grenades thrown, and yeah, just killed off. Unfortunately, Upheaval only level 1, so it's not going to be quite doing the amount of damage that they really needed it to. That's a first blood. It goes the way of 9. He couldn't restrain his urges to get the last hit there, I suppose.
You know what? This is the kind of lane where I feel like maybe Shadow Word is better. Like I think in lanes particular like this, where you are just going to try to last hit and deny creeps, and you can't really abuse the Fatal Bonds Upheaval because it's a defensive lane. I think getting 1 point in Shadow Word early would benefit the carry a lot.
Yep, I think that's very logical. Mid lane again, Stormstormer's already pulling and cutting waves. Or sorry, he's not cutting waves, he's pulling them around. Settings valve, please fix.
Yeah, just the casual mid laner dragging the waves too. I think you see it the most on Primal Beast because you can trample and clear the wave.
Yep.
Get the rune. And sometimes you even see them just drag it to the neutral creeps if it's a weak camp where you can clear with trample. And they do it together, and he's gonna do that. He gets a nice camp here, the Satyr camp.
I believe now you don't want to take 2 points in essence in this bottom lane, though. I just don't see that being any effective any longer. A little bit.
Yeah, you just want to try to push out creeps and farm, you know, and try to equalize it. If you get 2 points in essence shift, it's not gonna help you in terms of jungling.
I always thought Fatal Bonds prioritized heroes and hero-type units, but it chose to go onto the creeps before it did the Spirit Bear, so stroke of luck there for
so
Tundra.
It's meant to always land on the bear? Over the creeps?
It's always supposed to land on heroes before creeps.
Okay.
The bear is a hero...
Creep hero, right?
Hero? Yeah, so I don't know how those are classified because they have a lot of funky interactions between the unit types in Dota. So that one may be intended, I'm not sure. Either way, not the biggest deal, but just something interesting to note. Of course, because given how tanky that thing is. Runes are going to go two apiece. Hello, Kata Omi. Yeah, nice job.
Nice.
Denies the water rune refill at the top. Yeah,
you have to pay now.
For that one for his life. As he is slowed to a crawl. They're going to utilize the sprout there to force him to be within right-click range. He's going to get the kill. Stormstormer actually ran up over here. I guess he's got nothing better to do because the wave's pushed under tower. So effectively, he's just denying Topson experience here. Maybe even collecting a kill on the Snake King. It'll be slow. There's also a Sprout at the ready. Don't know if he's going to get the chance to use it. Snake King still alive, running for his life. And, you know, honestly, buying a lot of time now. Navigating in between the trees. Really making Stormstormer work for the kill, but he'll get it eventually.
Oh, he might actually get one more kill here.
Yeah, they're going to try.
Skitter's in trouble. All right,
Stormstormer, he's got his spells. No more blink out. He's got that full orb of corrosion, the dagger slow, and actually a lack of mana preventing the trample from coming through. He's 10 mana short. Amar, oh, he missed what probably wouldn't have been the killing blow because there was still 100 HP on Skitter, but a little bit unlucky there on the blur. Fishman has taken the Twin Gate. And there's going to be another overwhelming odds here in just a few more seconds. Maybe they make a play here. Nope. Okay, Fishman just walked out and then walked back. Okay, everything's okay. Maybe he dies, though. Takes a couple of tower shots. Nah, he'll be fine. Strange. Lots of rotations here. Katomi is coming back top as well. They really try and put more pressure onto Skitter, it would seem, but Watson's starting to take a beating as a result, so the Warlock's going to head back down bottom. But Skitter kind of getting baited in by this as Katomi did return to the wave. He's going to take yet again another little bit of damage. They just lack that much that they need for the kill.
6-minute rune's gonna come up soon, you know. This is gonna be very crucial for the Earth Spirit and the Primal to get it. You're gonna see Katomi once again coming up towards the top rune, and 9 on the other hand going to the bot rune.
Yep, perfect timing from him. Top rune is gonna actually spawn on in, and Thompson does bottle it up. Nice job there. They couldn't quite get him with a dead shot.
This is a huge win. I mean, I can't stress it enough. You know, this is such a big deal.
Amar trapped inside the trees, quelling himself out as Katomi trying to do what he can. Does not have enough mana for the dead shot. Finally will have it into the calling, and down goes Skitter. Wow. Very aggressive there.
Very nice turnaround for Amar. That's a huge kill. He's going to get his, I guess, level 6 a lot faster at this point. He's just going to ferry it south so he can stay in the lane. Yeah,
but Thompson is rotating on in, and with the Magnetized, should easily have at least 1 kill, if not 2. Doesn't have another Boulder Smash for 12 seconds, but does have 5 more Remnants here, and of course a Rolling Boulder to find another stun. Rolls across the tower, finds the stun. Kataomi is just going to get ran down here. Not much he could do. Snake King is going to die, though. It does give away a kill, perhaps unnecessarily, but Thompson, perfect time. He's going to be able to roll on through and collect the Wisdom Rune. 9 does the same on the other side of the map. That's 2 Wisdom Runes now in favor of Tundra. Potentially a kill, as 9 might just be able to walk down Fishman here. Fishman, again, does not have a TP. Yeah, he's just going to start upheaval.
Prophet's going to come soon.
Maybe he's trying to deny himself? He did!
Oh, he got it.
That's hilarious. Well done. Well done.
Yep.
And real quick, Winter, I just wanted to point out, maybe the Slark Lone Druid lane is supposed to look a little bit differently if you don't take a death right away in the lane, but 33's just been running away with the CS ever since, so it's still seemingly Lone Druid favored.
Yeah, he has Diffusal up already. This is crazy. At 7 minutes.
Yep. 9 accidentally put an Observer Ward in the river, by the way, but it's okay. We won't point that one out.
Watson's dead again.
I think he is. They do get Snake King in the mid lane, but that's going to be a big kill onto Watson in exchange. Stormstormer is going to have another Pulverize, but not enough mana. Katomi actually picks up the DD rune, but doesn't have Pierce the Veil yet, so they don't really have to be too afraid of his damage, I reckon. Big dead shot, actually. He's going to find Thompson, who's going to be forced to kick away Stormstormer. He just rolls out of the upheaval. Doesn't have really much to fear here. Top lane, I think Skitter might just be kind of reaching the extent of how long he can stay. Oh, Thompson's going back in, pardon me. Rolls in towards Fishman. That's an easy kill there. They did get off the Fatal Bonds, but it's only Fatal Bonds level 2, so they're not going to be in danger of dying here. Wow. Yeah, this hero's really good.
Good little moves here by Tundra. And bot lane is going to be the next focus right now. You definitely want to play around your lone druid that has a diffusal. So you want to help him get a tower. But here comes Stormstormer. He wants to stop it from happening.
Yeah, there's going to be able to easily get the kill there with the trample. Watson in the vicinity, at least with some experience. He does need to get up to level 6 to be able to kind of just survive in any lane. Thompson is going to make a rotation towards the top lane, by the way. So they're going to look for, yet again, another kill onto Amar. Skitter's been doing a good job of just, you know, lasting in this lane. They're going to make the play now as Amar just a bit too speedy here and is going to be able to evade both heroes trying to jump him. Well, that he does through the twin gate. Okay, Snake King is going to be the target. There is a duel at the ready. It's going to be 10 damage, almost guaranteed indeed for Amar. A Fishman is going to be the next target. He's going to try and upheaval, at least his little heart out, not getting much. Thompson is going to be blocked from rolling away. That ends his 3 kill streak, and it goes to Watson. 350 gold, but most importantly, potentially a tower now here for Entity is what this has turned into. Really good moves there through the twin gate. You like talking about that quite a bit.
Very good play by Katomi as well. Like his Muerta reminds me of like he's playing like Shaker, you know, some long range stun coming out of nowhere, but with a further range than Fissure with the dead shot.
Yeah.
Like this is convincing me that this is actually a good position for a hero right now. Like all you need to do is run around and stun to set up kills, and you have the silence and mid lane Stormstormer.
Well, I mean,
it's too tanky.
It is a skill shot, we should say, right? That thing's not free to hit, so. It's pretty difficult. One of the more difficult ones because you have to kind of rebound it off. Okay, Fishman channeling upheaval. He's maybe going to continue chasing here. I think maybe the attention is being put now down bottom where Tundra are focusing onto that tier 1 tower. Entity, again, eager to continue fighting. There's Arcane Rune active here for the Primal Beast as he does actually prevent Thompson from rolling away. They're just going to let loose now onto him. They don't have the Chaotic Offering. They're even 2 levels away as Thompson is going to be easily able to roll out of harm's way. 9 and 33 counter initiating now with Watson up to level 7, but no items here trying to join in the fight. That Stormstormer going down. They found Fishman as well in the Sprout. Katomi from behind has pierced the Veil. Not sure how much damage he's going to really have, however, how long he's going to have to use it. Amar, TP's down bottom. They are going to try and get through this Lone Druid, but he did get off the True Form. That's just raw HP here. Prevents at least the dual victory. Plenty of damage. No, does not allow him to go down. Nah, he goes to the tower. Very good effort there from 33. Using the fear there to evade as long as he could, but will eventually die. Still a fortuitous trade for Tundra. Even if Snake King does die here, I don't think he's worth that much money for Watson. 275 and a second stack of permanent agility. But what was that, a 2 for 3, I believe? They lost Stormstormer and I think Watson in the fight. No, they didn't lose Watson. Mar? Doesn't have duel. I guess he's not scared of this Earth Spirit.
He's so aggressive, man.
Yeah, he is. Farming under the tower. He's fortified his wagon. Launching them a little bit more. Stops and kicks them into the river to make sure the tower is able to focus down onto the siege wagon. Speaking of sieging, it is a deny out from 33's Bear in the mid lane, where Entity were able to take down that tier 1 tower. Amar's still maybe looking to poke around for a duel. This is a funny little bit of a saber rattling between the two. That might turn lethal here.
Peter is in trouble as well.
Yeah. So they're going to go down bottom where that's an easy kill onto Amar. He's going to live a little bit longer. Still alive here, actually, but I don't believe he'll escape. Thompson's a bit limited for his mana. They roll in after him as Skitter is going to die on our screens there, but off screen, Amar actually kiting around the rest of Tundra. He somehow lived here, evading against all odds. Now, the problem is they have to go through the twin gate if they want to try to reinforce or take a 6-second TP. Amar's got a vault here in a second. Another juke here onto Thompson. Turns for the duel. That's going to be 10 damage to Thompson. Wow. After all that, they gave him the damage. I can't believe it. They really thought they were going to kill him there. A beautiful Sprout is going to prevent Stormstormer and Kataomi from punishing any further. And that is, I mean, I'm just baffled.
I just got to give it to him, man. Trying to duel there. I mean, that man has no fear, you know. Even in the face of death, he still thinks he can bring the enemy down with him.
Literally chased for like 30 seconds. I was casting that. Well, they did get that kill onto Skitter, so I didn't really quite catch how they killed Skitter, but I'm sure it was just like a pulverize into something boring. But that chase was much more exciting, let me tell you that. My goodness. I thought for sure he was dead to rights, but he broke out of the tree instantly. Level 1 pressed the attack, able to heal him enough to evade, and some really good juke.
That's why a lot of people are saying Tumblr's Toy is one of the most broken neutral item in the game. Level 1.
I think had Thompson not won the duel there, he may have agreed. He's got a shielder, and this is, they're immediately going to smoke up. Problem for Tundra is there's no one down bottom. This is still a really good move to make, though. It feels a little early, but I mean, considering you have a level 10 Spirit Bear, can they just push? The creep wave's in position here. Got a full blade mail now on your Earth Spirit. I think the issue is that there's a golem. We haven't seen the rock been dropped yet, but Fishman has that active and ready to go as they make the jump on a Katomi. There is going to be the golem dropping now. Unfortunately, Katomi, he's immune to physical damage, but not to magic, as the Magnetize does clean him up. Amar in the vicinity has another duel, is going to now cast that onto the Nature's Prophet. The stuns, the kick away, still going to find the kill, though, as it's going to be Fishman landing the killing blow rather against Snaking. So now 20 damage here for the LC. Now he's silence out from Thompson as he still actually has that shield rune active. So Watson doesn't really want to be here. The pounce away sees him out of immediate stun range, but guess what? Thompson has another one in just another 4 seconds. Dispelled immediately by the dark back, but now Watson out of mana. 9 stick charges here is going to see him out of trouble as Watson perhaps now he's gone too far. Nice dead shot versus Thompson further underneath that tier 1 tower, and he will eventually be ran down by the onslaught of Stormer. Really good moves here from Entity.
That was a big blunder by Thompson that he kicked the Spirit Bear instead of the hero.
Oh, did he? I didn't see it.
Yeah, that actually cost them the kill there. And that's an unfortunate series of events for Tundra. And that's great, for the Slug that's kind of fully recovered, after the disastrous laning phase that he has been set up with against the Lone Druid initially. And now he's A-okay.
Not bad at all. Watson as well finally, coming into his own with a couple of items, almost has that Echo Saber online. We tend to see a lot of Ag Scepters these days from the Slarks just to aid their mobility and getting around in these team fights. Could be useful this game as well.
And the shot is also going to be very good at protecting your teammates from the PA jumps,
That's a good point.
I feel like maybe you don't get it that early, but in the mid game, it's good to have. And mid lane.
Oh, really good dead shot. Thompson ran so fast the wrong way through that upheaval and is going to be killed off. That was a good jump. Stormer just out from the Invis rune with immediately that pulverize to get that kill. They're also onto the PA. I don't know if this is Watson getting a kill or being killed. Seems like neither, because he'll just Shadow Dance and TP away.
Space created, you force TPs.
Yeah, I mean, that he did. Seems like the rest of his team, maybe they can take over this top side of the map. But just plenty of damage down there, and most of it's, again, by that Morte. You can see how much, what is that, Pierce the Veil and the, sorry, I forget the name of this one. The Calling. La Yamada, as she would say. Probably not, actually. My Spanish is so bad. Oh, gotta practice that more. 33, by the way, still just chilling with 7 sticks in his inventory. Echo Saber now online for the bear, as he is going to be going for his shard.
Yeah, I mean, curious to see when they're gonna start to decide to make a play to the Roche. I think with the Lone Druid right now, you're not in the best position that you want to be. At this point, ideally, you want to have like a 2 to 3k advantage, but you have to try to get Roche to create the advantage, get the Aegis, and try to press for more. And they have to take over the Ancients if they can, But in order to do that, they're gonna need the Aegis.
Yeah, it's not gonna come easy either, because Entity are starting to find some items and have had really good farm. Katomi again continuing his love for the drums, has that item ready to go. Seems to be quite a valuable item. Does Snaking have drums as well this game?
No.
No, he does not. He's going for Yules.
He's going for Yules to deal with the LC, the duel.
maybe the Primal as well, some sort of interrupt, because of course he does lack one until Ag Scepter.
Yeah,
it's a nice item versus a Slark. You know, in general, a Dispel as well can be very useful for getting Fatal Bonds off of yourself. I mean, it's kind of a weird item, this Yule Scepter. I don't think it's...
especially on Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
But you know what they say? There is no right or wrong item on Nature's Prophet. Nature's Prophet can build anything.
Watson just walking through the jungle here. The rest of the team is smoked up behind him.
Yeah, he's abusing the night. He's abusing the night vision on slot.
Yeah. I mean, he sees him. Tundra sees him as well. And the rest of Entity now finally closing the gap. Amar, his smoke will break, goes underneath the tower. Nice Shadow Realm in time from 9. After a spell casted. Part of me that he's talking about, Thompson, he's going to TP on in as they will roll through. Regrettably, an illusion. They'll be getting a little bit baited by that, but no harm, no foul for them. That TP Force, though, is going to continue to delay Thompson's heart. I was going to say, you know, he's not felt as strong because of a couple deaths he's taken here as he was in his first game, I believe, where he did play the Earth Spirit as well for DreamLeague Season 21 that we got to cast him in. But Heart is online in just about 800 gold, so that's soon to change. I think on top of that, what all we have on our Bruin on our Phantom Assassin, just a BKB that she's about halfway towards, and I don't think the Bear has anything new either. Although actually it's almost finished up its Harpoon, so never mind. That is going to be quite the item.
The Primer also has his heart very, very soon. So they both have the same items, the Primer and the Earth Spirit. Blade Mail and Heart.
Blade Mail, Heart, yeah. Thompson just doesn't buy the boots, of course, because he just rolls where he goes.
I will tell you, I definitely would not expect that one day the mid meta would be Blade Mail Heart. The build would be that.
I think the last time we saw Blade Mails was when Kunkka... No, I'm thinking of the Halberd meta. No, there was that dumb meta. Remember where Blade Mail still gave intelligence? That was the last patch, right? So you had like NPs building it and...
Heart? I think this is the first time Blade Mail and Heart.
That's true. That's true. Nine's hiding out in the trees here. He's going to get silenced up because they saw him. And an easy kill there for the side of Entity. That was well done. Utilizing the column to make sure he had absolutely no time to react to the blink.
That is one of the plays where you would you can say that because he didn't play position 4 enough. Maybe he didn't know the extent of where he should be standing in that tree line when there's a watcher being taken.
And
he needed to be a little bit towards the left.
And regrettably, it's a level 2 duel this time for Amar with the 10 talent, so he more than doubles his duel damage from 20. A little bit painful, for sure. Other than that, though, I think, you know, a fairly harmless error. Don't think it's going to end up ruining the match by any means for Tundra, who do take the first Tormentor. Shard is going to go 4-9. I do really like this Shard. On the Cursed Ground spawned a bunch of Brambles. I think, regrettably, against Slark, it's not as good. This Shard is really good against heroes that have, like, 1 or 2 Dispels, or generally don't build any, like your Wraith Kings, your Svens, you know? But Slark, who just has basically infinite, is not going to really struggle so much with this one. That being said, the Primal certainly will, right? Especially if he doesn't have a BKB in the quick buy, no Dispels for him. So he'll struggle with Brambles in these fights. So it's still got a lot of value this game.
And right now, Entity wants to fight. You know, they have the heart completed on the Primal. He's really, really strong at this point of the game. And LC still really wants to get dual damage. Still wants to fight, even though he is halfway to his BKB right now. He's still playing very aggressively, trying to press forward. Wants to get 9 with the reaction.
Yeah, and really good spell casting as Amar's going to end up running. As soon as you dispel that Cursed Crown Shard, it still spawns actually the Brambles. Nice call in here on top, but Skitter making the jump in with his fresh BKB. Easily able to find the kill. Thompson looking for more. Doesn't have his heart yet, as they even drop the rock here. Watson able to join in on this fight. A phenomenal terrorize onto 2, but Katomi still has plenty of damage, and Fishman as well with the upheaval. Actually finds a second one as Nine's going to go down. Didn't even find him inside of that. That is going to be quite the turn of events here. Amar unable to yet again find the quick duel thanks to that Shadow Realm by 9.
I mean, at some point you're gonna just realize I cannot do that to him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing against him. That's the thing about Amar. You know, I've casted him for quite some time. You know, back in the day, you know, these days he's got the refresher orb in his sticky buy, where most of us keep the TP scroll, and most people are surprised you can even replace the item in the sticky buy. He used to have a divine rapier back there, and even still back then, he was known to be a little bit more persistent in his ideas, shall we say. I don't think that's the last time we're going to see him try and make the jump. This time, though, a much better target, as Snake King has basically no recourse but to die to the duel. Up to 76 damage now for the LC.
Yeah, we have to keep count, you know, Richie. So far, 9-2, Amar 0. He was able to dodge twice.
Okay. I think you're right. No, it's 9-2 Amar 1, right? Because they caught him once by the walk.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
Biased cast.
That wasn't the same, you know, because he didn't know the enemy.
It was exactly
the same. He
the
didn't know the enemy see him.
Yeah, well, you know, Amar still got him. He walked up and pressed the R button. Thompson now is going to press the W button onto Kataomi, who does not be able to get off the dead shot. Still taking a lot of magic damage here through the Pierce the Veil. Colin buys him a little bit more time, but pulled in by the Harpoon and killed off by the Bear of 33. It's going to be Tundra finding a quick kill onto position for Muerta. Geometry slide up now for the Stormer. And that Ag Scepter finished for Watson. So their item is coming along very nicely here, Winter. That heart finally done for Thompson as well. Skitter on his way to that Deso, and I don't see anything queued up yet by 33. I'm not familiar enough with the Lone Druid builds to really know what he'd want to go for.
AC? I guess you get AC now. I'm not entirely sure too. What else do you need? Do you need Basher? I guess you need attack speed, right? I don't know. I feel like he needs AC. Then you have the AC with the Deso and the PA. Sounds like a good timing to fight.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of thinking about the rest of your team. Fair enough. Other than that, nothing too crazy being built up, or no new items that we should expect soon.
The shroud on the slug is coming.
Yeah,
that's gonna be huge.
That's what I was just about to say. He's still 800 gold from it, and with Roche being started up, Watson might have no choice but to just try and, you know, drag the rest of his team here into a fight.
Yeah, and I also like the Mage Slayer, you know, like getting the Mage Slayer against Earth Spirit. That's a very good item.
Good point. I didn't scout that one. Yeah, especially because Thompson does not have a Dispel, so might be a little bit tricky for him here. Observer Ward taken down. We'll see now as Tundra forcing the fight. Fishman really out of position here. Is going to be jumped immediately. Drops the Golem on his death. Buys back. Does buy time for Watson to jump the backline supports. Able to get through 9, who's going to be able to pump fake him. So the Terrorize actually goes through that Shadow Dance here. In trouble now is going to be the Spirit Bear of 33, but there goes Amar onto the backline trying to find Skitter. Everyone jumping now onto the Twin Gate platform. It's going to be Amar not finding the dual victory, and chaos here as there's 4 people where only 2 can fit. Stormer still alive, but will fall, as will Watson. Katomi as well, in just a bit too deep. That's going to be the gem fed over. Tundra keep all 5 heroes alive, get the buyback out from the Warlock, and get the Roshan. That was a hard fight as soon as Fishman died. That was really tough to see.
Maybe if it was the bottom Twin Gate and they could have TP'd the Warlock right away, then maybe it would have been different. But you could see, right, once the Warlock died, they didn't have enough damage without the Fatal Bonds. Even though he was able to drop the rock. I'm not sure even the rock even helped.
No. Regrettably, it really didn't.
And then the LC decided to jump up to the Twin Gate and to do the PA, you know, and they didn't have enough in the tank. Primal had to follow him up there. And like you were saying, you know, it's just such a tight choke spot that the Dark Willow spells and the Earth Spirit spells just destroys you.
I mean, the choice, right, to really pull the fight even further than where Warlock could reinforce, especially that's going to be the dieback for him, dead for 70. And we might not be done. Stormer is going to get ran down here. Amar, feared up, pulled back now by the Harpoon. Deadshot buys him a bit of time. There's some healing. He's got his BKB. But doesn't really want to be here anymore with how many heroes could just end up jumping onto him. They're pinging, actually, Snay, but I don't think this is going to be a reasonable kill for them. They see him because of that night vision advantage. Second pounce isn't going to connect either, as Watson still has that Quelling Blade in his inventory, so it seems like it could be a free kill. The Yule Scepter avoids the pounce, but Snake King only buys himself a couple more seconds. Valuable time, though, that Tundra used to steal the Tormentor and give 33 the shard that he didn't have to buy. Okay. Oh, and he's going for a disperser
pretty
here.
Nice. It's a pretty nice shot. That's well for the lone druid. Disperser on lone druid?
Yep.
Oh, slot. On lone druid.
Disperser on lone druid, I believe. Yes, indeed, for the spirit bear. That's a good item.
What can you dispel that could be useful? I guess fatal bonds is quite annoying.
Oh, Watson making a jump here. He's got another pounce, so I don't believe that they're going to be able to quite easily escape here. Another pounce connects. There's no TP scroll. Terrorize. Being pump faked out. Dead shot not's going to connect. Okay.
No, just
nice spell casting there from 9. Yeah, it's also really good because I think it gives you max move speed now to, I don't know what the AoE is around it. But, I mean, just look how fast he and his bear are moving now. It's going to be hard to run away from that if you're a Slark or a Primal now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, the AoE is actually very useful for lone druid.
You're starting to see these items on heroes like really just Meepo. I mean, and Meepo's kind of gotten nerfed to oblivion, so you don't really see that hero in general. But the item is actually quite good on a Meepo now because it just allows all your Meepos to surround and kind of get that concave and you know, your StarCraft 2 micro and links around that you need.
Yeah, but the downside of Meepo getting this item is it doesn't give you a lot of stats, right? It's a lot of raw damage. Like Meepo wants to buy a stat heavy item.
That's right. It's just the 30 stats, which ain't half bad, but it's not going to be as good for the cost of this item. But a nice item here nonetheless for Tundra. So it's a little bit of a unique itemization and an item that got changed, an item that we don't see too much. So just wanted to call that out now that we especially have some time with a little telephone call. Okay.
What? Are we allowed to
must be
answer our calls in the middle of the game?
He said crazy telephone, so you know, I assume it's something's got to be done for. Of course.
Hey Richie, I'll be right back. You know, somebody's calling me from the hospital. You know, I need to answer this. You know, I'm sure production would understand.
I mean, honestly, that seems like a good enough reason to me. I wouldn't stop you. I think, of course, the conflict is more of a when it's a player. You know, it's not to worry about that. Stormstormer all ready to go, and we're looking at those couriers. That's not a courier. That is a dinosaur. Lovely stuff. All right, nice dead shot here onto the Spirit Bear of 33, but of course it's got that level 3 demolish. Plenty of bonus damage done to the buildings as they're going to try and kill it. There's that disperser. You can see how quickly it's able to evade now.
Yeah, I can see why everybody's rushing this item on lone druid.
Yep. They're rolling boulder from Thompson, just trying to get into position. A few more trees for ideal sight.
I mean, we haven't really talked much about Skitter, you know. Like, he's still like a PA, you know, approaching late game, almost
That's
getting
a good
his
point.
agonyms at level 20.
That's a good point. I mean, he's 5-2-2 now, so it's not like he's not been doing anything, but he's had Deso for quite a few minutes and only has 1 stack on it. So it has kind of just seemed like, for the most part, it's been Thompson and 33, assisted, of course, by Nines and Snake, kind of just running around causing havoc while he's comfortably farming behind.
Wow. Look at the move speed, AoE move speed on 4 heroes. Holy
yeah,
shit.
it's really good. It's like AoE Surge. That talent's really good on the Darks here. No,
it's like better than popping the drums, right? Like the
yes, because it sets you to 100% move speed bonus. Okay, hold on. Katomi might just be dead, and he is. Oh, Fishman, he's going to live a bit longer, but he does have to drop the rock for that. And now Watson fighting as he can, as best as he can, I should say, versus Skitter. Pounce doesn't even find Thompson either. Second kick is going to actually get Watson into a bit of a vulnerable position. A nice duel out from Amar is going to at least able to reset this fight and get the first Aegis out from underneath Skitter. Stormstormer in deep, but with some nice AoE breaks here, does prevent Tundra from immediately jumping back on in. But the entirety of Entity now looking worse for wear, especially as Amar just barely able to get out of harm's way here from Thompson. A very nice pounce here could threaten his life as well as he's trapped underneath the tier 4 towers, out of mana, being pulverized. A nice terrorize might be enough for him to live. Look at the heart regen as he tanks through the tier 4 towers and will be able to live. Sipping his hat towards 9, who is to thank for that. Oh, certainly no. Watson certainly doesn't die like that. He's silenced up by the boulder grab, but he's still actually alive. And in fact, this time it could be Tundra who have gone a step too far, as it's Thompson who dies first. Snake King's up next, but Skitter now with his Ag Scepter might just be able to 1v5. No, his BKB duration has now expired. The second pounce is going to find him into the pulverize. This time there's no terrorize or a boulder pull to save him, and it's going to be Tundra who do get what they're looking for. The mid barracks are down, but it's costing pretty heavily here, Winter.
I mean, it's still 2 lanes of Rax. I think overall they're still in a pretty decent, pretty big advantage position in the game. But like you say, you know, losing the PA, definitely not ideal. Gives Entity still some hope in this game.
Yeah, it gave Stormstormer 2,000 gold as well.
Slug is going to build a BKB next, so he has his Bloodthorn completed, so they're gonna have a lot more damage in the next team fight. I mean, but like you said, you know, Stormstormer is the guy. I feel like in every team fight, he's the one doing the most damage with the Aghanims.
Yeah, it's the Aghs. I think Watson's doing a good job kind of focusing the fight around himself in that way. He's very effective. Him and Amar are very effective at pulling the fight in certain directions, but ultimately it does feel like it's going to be centered a little bit more around Skitter, a little bit more around Stormstormer, even as we approach now the 35-minute mark, where this hero is.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that out. You know, I think that's the difference when you have a lone druid. You know, so your team kind of needs to play around the lone druid too, if the lone druid wants to be aggressive and whatnot. So maybe then they kind of have to pay attention to too many heroes in some cases, you know, then PA gets neglected.
What was that tip for?
Whereas for
Anthony, 33 died to the Tormentor, by the way. That's what that was for. 9 almost died as well.
Did he?
It says? Oh no, he got the shard, my bad. 9 almost died to it. I thought
you got me confused, man.
I got confused as well. Sorry, but you're saying they have to focus around the lone druid. I apologize.
But maybe it's time for them to focus around the PA. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the lone druid has already done his job. He's put the pressure on the enemy team so that the PA can farm. And right now, PA needs to close out the game. But the lead has been cut into a very, very small lead at the moment, 4K. It's nothing at this stage of the game.
What seems to be difficult for Tundra is that you got 3 heroes. Well, 2 heroes who are jumping around all over this fight, being Thompson and Skitter. Oh, hold on, and even one being jumped. There it is. There's one in the column here for Amar. He finds a dual victory on to 9. The Pulverize as well. It's throwing Thompson all over the place. Somehow he still escapes, though. And out of the backlines goes Skitter, where he's got the Fan of Knives and a kill onto Fishman. In the meantime, Thompson, he's turning back around with the heart regen, aiding him greatly. Amar is not dead yet. Can he actually get out? He's got a blink in a second. The fear out from the dead shot is going to be able to buy Amar the time he needs, along with the calling to prevent the fear from coming through. Nicely done there. Good. But left behind is Stormstormer. Dinosaur back to extinction here. It's a buyback from 9. It's Amar who stays alive and does now finally break that 100 dual damage threshold, but it's a team fight win here for Tundra, and with Roche respawning in a second winter, it's almost certainly Roche number 2. And it seems like Tundra maybe want to push first. I mean, they are only 1 lane away from the Megas. They may know that with that brand new Shiva's Guard, Stormstormer has very likely no buyback, and that is the case. He's short of it by 600, about 700 gold. Okay, Tundra, they're going to go back, though. Maybe if they killed the LC, they perhaps would have forced a tier 3, but instead they're going to make the safer call and look for the Roshan. That's going to go their way uncontested. Kind of a crazy fight.
I mean, what else did the lone druid bought? He bought a what? He bought a Blades? He bought a Blades? Okay.
Yeah, he bought a Blades for the bear.
So they have Blades, they have drums, there's pipe, there's solar crest, they have the 4 stuff. They're basically all the team items you need right now. I think if you compare it to Entity, they only have a solar crest, I think, and a 4 stuff.
Yeah, solar crest, a 4 staff, a Shiva's is helpful. Couple 4 staff, drums with 0 charges. This is a nice wrap, though. Check this out. It depends who they can find. Kataomi or Fishman, he's the one to try and kick off the fight as Stormstormer TP's in the duel. It finds Thompson, but again, he can just roll away, and there's just not enough damage here for him. Look at that. He's still very healthy. Upheaval has gone uncancelled so far. He also still has a cheese, as Watson's going to start doing some damage to him now, but is it going to be enough? As Stormstormer, he's going to be left behind now. Thompson rolling around through these fights. That's Kataomi now down. Skitter finally in this fight breaking apart. That was Watson with a DD rune at that. That's a huge overwhelming odds out from Amar, but can he he actually get anything out from that? Seems to be no, as he will go down. Skitter collects his third kill of the fight. Stormstormer and Watson being kited around by Thompson. He receives the force staff and a further roll away, as this fight has completely gotten away from Entity, and it's not even done yet with the way that they're jumping back onto Watson. He will drop dead for 90 seconds, does have buyback. Stormstormer, he did not die yet in this fight, and I've said yet very strategically here because I don't think Tundra is quite done chasing. There are buybacks though for Amar and for Watson, but Tundra, they have little to fear. They still actually have the Aegis, as in they go on to Katoma. He's forced to use Pierce the Veil now, as they're going to try and get through at least this first Aegis that Skitter's holding. But yes, and they will. Amar with another duel will collect it. That's going to be all 4 buybacks. That's a dieback now on Fishman. Is 33-6 the bear onto him. Stormstormer doing what he can there with the control, but Amar, he's just dying too fast. Skitter, he's focusing them down, as it's going to be now on to Stormstormer. 33 the bear does not find a route, but Watson, he's just going in alone completely behind enemy lines, where Skitter will punish him. That's 3 diebacks already. An Entity, they can hold no longer. Tundra, they find yet again another 2-0 here. This time is over Entity.
Yeah, Pierre just dealt way too much damage with the axe, refreshing his fan of knives and dealing damage.